Yeah, you can probably hear the seagulls. This is very focused evidence that we're in Whitby in North Yorkshire. It's one of the most wonderful places on the earth, I can tell you. Whitby is an amazing place, and it's an amazing place in history. In 664, in the middle of the 7th century, there was the famous Synod of Whitby. That changed history. In 1780, it was also popular because it was the 7th biggest port and the centre for whaling. Not something I think we're all terribly proud of these days, but consciousness changes, and there it was. It was, you know, men from Whitby, men like Scoresby, men like Captain Cook, men like the whalers. They went out of the harbour at Whitby, and they went out into the world. And that's another kind of metaphor, I think, for what I think Whitby has. We're kind of on the edge of the moors. You can only get to us 3 ways because the other way is closed off by the sea. But the sea has taken Whitby people to the far corners of the earth. The town in a way has been very much protected by the absence of tourism in the 60s and 70s. It didn't suffer the way many small towns did that became popular. So we've been left with lots of interesting buildings, and now Whitby is one of the most popular, it is the most popular seaside town in the UK. It's a great place to live. I think it's on a kind of turning point, a point where Whitby can be the home for new approaches to different aspects of our life, whether that be leisure, of course, but also to manufacturing, to the creative arts, to music. Nobody is committed to having to live in London or Birmingham or Leeds anymore. So many people and initiatives are moving to places like Whitby. Whitby is surrounded by some really quite remarkable and beautiful places. Of course, the North York Moors National Park, one of the largest areas of heather moor, wonderful for the production of that delicacy of North Yorkshire, the heather honey. Robin Hood's Bay, an extraordinary small village down the bank into Robin Hood's Bay, and looking out into the North Sea with all its history of the lifeboat and archaeological work and so on. Sand's End, of course, just a couple of miles from the centre of Whitby, is probably one of the most beautiful, literally seaside places where you could take your children. Pickering, where the North York Moors Railway starts, an exciting and beautiful ride from Pickering to Gromont on a steam railway, and if you're lucky and you get there in time, you can book the dining car and dine in Victorian style on the train from Pickering to Gromont. Ghostland, of course, as the home of Heartbeat, the TV programs loved by people all over the world. Whitby has this I think kind of unique combination of factors. It's not had an easy time in the 70s and 80s, but today it's thriving, and it's a place where we set up Nature's Laboratory some 20 years ago. At Nature's Laboratory we produce herbal medicines and medicines from bee products and natural skincare, and we do a lot of other things too.